Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are traveling to one of the most amazing ancient cities in the world, Petra. Petra is known as the Rose City because of the pink and red rocks that surround it. But Petra is much more than just its colors. It has a fascinating history that stretches back over 2,000 years. In this video, I'll take you on a journey through Petra's origins, architecture, culture, and rediscovery, with stories that make this city truly magical. Petra was first built by the Nabatean people around 312 BCE. These clever traders controlled routes that carried spices, incense, and silk across the Middle East. The Nabateans were expert architects. They carved their city directly into cliffs, creating tombs, temples, and homes. Imagine walking through narrow canyons and suddenly seeing giant pink buildings carved into solid rock. It must have been breathtaking for visitors at that time. Petra's location was perfect for trade. Nestled between mountains and desert, it allowed the Nabateans to control commerce while remaining safe from invasions. They also created a sophisticated water management system. Channels, cisterns, and dams collected rainwater and stored it for the dry season. This was essential for supporting gardens, fountains, and everyday life in the desert. The Nabateans loved culture and art. Their carvings mixed influences from Egypt, Greece, and Rome. Every tomb or temple tells a story. Gods, animals, and symbols of prosperity are everywhere in Petra. Life in Petra was vibrant. Traders arrived from India, Arabia, and Egypt, bringing spices, textiles, and perfumes. Markets were full of people, animals, and camels. Can you imagine the colors, smells, and sounds? The Nabateans also practiced religion seriously. Temples and sacred sites were carved from rock, and ceremonies often honored gods connected to water, trade, and protection. Every building in Petra was carefully planned. Tombs had decorative facades, sometimes over 30 meters tall, showing wealth and skill. Homes were carved into rock or built with stone blocks, connected by narrow streets that guided travelers through the city. Even the theater in Petra was impressive. Carved into the rock, it could seat about 3,000 people for plays, celebrations, and meetings. This shows how important culture and entertainment were to the Nabateans. In 106 CE, the Romans conquered Petra. They kept its trade routes alive and added roads, temples, and theaters. Roman influence blended with Nabatean architecture, creating unique buildings you can see even today. Despite Roman control, Petra remained an important center of commerce. Traders still passed through, and the city grew with new monuments and public buildings. Over time, however, Petra's importance declined. Trade routes shifted and earthquakes damaged buildings. By the 7th century, the city was largely abandoned and slowly faded from memory. Petra remained hidden for centuries until 1812, when a Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt rediscovered it. He disguised himself as a local traveler to enter the city safely. Imagine his surprise when he walked through the Siq and suddenly saw the treasury carved into the rock. A city lost for centuries, frozen in time. Burckhardt's discovery inspired historians, archaeologists, and travelers. Today, Petra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. One of the most amazing things about Petra is its architecture. The buildings are carved directly into cliffs, using tools like chisels and hammers. Some facades are over 40 meters high, with intricate decorations. The treasury, or Al-Hazne, is Petra's most famous building. Legends say it was a hiding place for treasure, but it was likely a tomb for a Nabatean king. Its columns, carvings, and detailed facade make it one of the most photographed ancient buildings in the world. Other incredible sights include the monastery, Ad Dir, massive tombs like the royal tombs, and the high place of sacrifice, a religious site atop a cliff. Each tells a story of religion, power, and creativity. Daily life in Petra was busy and organized. People worked as traders, artisans, and farmers. Water was collected and stored in cisterns to irrigate crops, and markets sold goods from faraway lands. Children probably played in the streets, while religious ceremonies and festivals brought the community together. Petra was a city full of life, learning, and culture. Even though it was in the desert, Petra had gardens and fountains. The Nabateans knew how to make a harsh environment beautiful and practical. Petra is full of legends. Some say the treasury contains hidden treasure, while others believe spirits guard the ancient tombs. Local stories add mystery, making Petra even more magical for visitors today. Archaeologists are still discovering new tombs, carvings, and structures. This shows that even after thousands of years, Petra still has secrets to reveal. Today, Petra welcomes thousands of visitors each year. Tourists walk through the Sikh, marvel at the treasury, explore tombs, and climb to the monastery. The city is not just a tourist destination. It's also a symbol of human creativity and resilience. Modern archaeologists continue to study Petra, discovering new facts about the Nabateans, their culture, and their engineering skills. Every stone tells a story, and every corner reveals the city's amazing history.